Now, as mentioned, the Lincoln 10K's on Sunday. Thousands of runners are gearing up for it. Shane Nicol is one of those competing in the 10K on Sunday as part of a much bigger total distance. Shane, what's wrong with just doing the Lincoln 10K? Because, you know, I've done it before and I found it quite hard as it is. Why do you have to make it more extreme?
Well, I'll say it's part of a larger 1,000-kilometre challenge that I'm doing this year, which is all about, you know, raising awareness, raising money for charity for eczema, because my partner suffers from it like really bad. So I sort of felt just doing one race wouldn't raise enough attention. I kind of thought, what could I do? And then come up with a crazy idea of just running every weekend, and then pulled 1,000 kilometres out as a reasonably easy figure, I guess, that I could reach.
So how long are you going to... are you doing 10Ks? How are you achieving the 1,000K total?
Every sort of weekend where I can, I'm entering a race.
Right, okay.
So far, I've ran 11 races. This will be my 12th. But when I'm not entering a race, I'm still having to go out anyway and run a distance. So I think in the year, probably going to get about 40 races in.
Wow. That's incredible. How is your body coping with it?
It's coping okay.
There was hesitation there.
Obviously,
is it starting to really hurt?
It's not too bad. It's getting easier, if that makes any kind of sense. The sort of more running I'm doing, my body's kind of building up a bit of a tolerance to it. I know the sort of the first month of getting up and running sort of every morning to work was a bit of a struggle. But
is
now,
that what you were doing for the training then?
Yeah, pretty much.
How far's work away?
It's about 5 kilometres away.
Right.
So every day I was running in total a 10K for, well, since November through to about the middle of January.
Through all the snow?
Pretty much every day, yeah.
How was that?
It was alright. It's
rubbish.
It's kind
I don't believe you.
It's kind
was
of
it really
enjoyable in a strange way. Mainly because, you know, you just see everyone struggling along, walking on the snow and ice, being quite careful, and then you just shoot past them running, taking no care. And because that was one of my excuses for not running throughout the winter, was the snow and ice, and it is a genuine concern because it was really slippy. How do you make sure that you don't kind of topple over and injure yourself? Have you got like grippy shoes or something? I was wearing sort of trail trainers which have a little bit more grip. Other than that, it's just taking smaller steps, being careful.
Right, okay.
Always keeping an eye on where I was planting my foot, making sure I didn't tread on any bit of ice, and if I did, trying to style it out so I don't fall over.
And looking cool at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. How has it impacted? Have you had any injuries or anything like that? Or have you been quite lucky?
I've been quite lucky so far. Nothing really significant. Obviously, you wake up some mornings and it just hurts to get out of bed, but nothing that's really stopped me from running.
And are you running in the week as well?
For training,
like training-wise?
Try to get at least 2 to 3 runs in a week before sort of the main race at the weekend. I mean, some days, depending on the weather, obviously I'm just running into work each day. But other days I just say bike in and then just go for a run.
Are you finding that you're having to eat differently?
I'm having to eat more.
Are you eating a lot?
I do find myself kind of being in a constant state of hunger, which is nice in some ways.
I was going to say that's my ideal state.
I have to be a bit careful about what I'm eating. You know, temptation obviously just to eat cake, that kind of stuff. But normally if I have a sort of banana or something to hand, then I'm all right.
So tell me about the reason that you're doing it. Your partner has eczema.
Yeah, she sort of had...
How bad?
She's had it all her life, but it's become quite extreme sort of in the past 7 years, really. It's to the point where some days a week she struggles to get dressed, to even leave the house. She has to be in a constant state of just moisturising, trying to keep her skin under control. So if there's a day where she does need to leave the house, then the day or two before it, she needs to be aware of that, just to try and control her skin and sort of get her body in a fit enough state to be able to leave, so she can do what she needs to do on that day.
And just describe, is it just itching? Is that...
yeah, it's sort of itching all over, sort of open sores. Sometimes it just sort of starts weeping in the night, so she can sort of wake up and her eyelids are kind of just glued shut. Just sort of peel them, just to sort of open them.
Painful. Is it painful?
Yeah, it's kind of a constant state of pain or itchiness. I think throughout the time I've known her, just about sort of 3-4 years.
Yeah.
I should know that number. That I don't think a day has gone by when she hasn't been in sort of some kind of pain with it in some way, whether it's just the frustration with the itchiness or the sort of the open sores, that kind of thing.
Is the severity of it unusual, or does it affect quite a lot of people?
For most cases, people know eczema, they know it's sort of itchiness, red, that kind of thing. But we've found out this year there are a sort of larger number of people than we realise that do suffer from it to this extreme. Jenny sort of started a blog on her condition to try and raise awareness and trying to reach out to people, really, and the amount of feedback she's got from it for other people that are in similar situations is quite astonishing, really.
So where are you hoping this money's going to go that you're able to raise?
It's all going to the National Eczema Society.
And do they research into... Because is there a lot known about what causes it, how to stop it, how to help it?
There is sort of research ongoing all the time into the causes, into some kind of treatment. Hopefully, one day a cure with it. There's been some ground made on identifying what the cause is, but obviously, the more money I can raise... Yes. The sooner they can find that cure, really. And
I suppose when you're struggling to think, do you know what, today I don't really want to do it, I guess that's a great motivator, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Although I've just got to think, however many miles down the run, however much pain I'm in, it just doesn't compare to what these people are going through on a daily basis, really. So I'll just tell myself to shut up and just keep going, really.
So if listeners want to contribute at all, do you have kind of a Just Giving site or...?
Yeah, you can access that through my charity website, which is runshanerun.co.uk. There's a link on there to my Just Giving page and a link on there to Jenny's blog as well, if anyone wants to find out more about how extreme her condition is.
Well, good luck. Do you time it just to kind of make it a bit more fun? And try and beat your time. What times are you doing?
I do have a kind of target for some times this year. Obviously, the whole thing is the 1,000 kilometres at the end, so I'm not trying too hard to sort of avoid injury, but I'm sort of keeping a track. I've managed to set quite a few PBs already this year.
What's your best time so far?
Best time for a 10k I set on Sunday, which was 42 minutes and 12 seconds.
Wow.
Hoping to get under 42 minutes on sort of this weekend for the Lincoln 10k. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to, but I'm going to go for it anyway.
Well, good luck, Shane, and thank you very much for coming in and telling us about it. If you want more details about that blog and how you can sponsor Shane, just go to our programme page, which is bbc.co.uk/Radio Lincolnshire. Go to Melvin in the Morning, click on that, and you'll be able to see all the details.